Hello again, this is Scroll Center. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Champions Online. Well, originally I was going to wait for this guy to respawn. I thought I'd actually talk to you about it a little bit first. Um, you see, the thing is, there's a lot of games that have this mechanic. And it really is a piece of trash mechanic, to be honest. And yet no one will change it. Why? Because people just do what everyone else does and don't think about whether or not it was even a good idea the first time. But that said, this is really annoying. Now, we have a few options. One, we can sit around and wait for it to respawn. And there's a chance someone else will come in, but at least you'll have, the ability to at least start the fight right away. So you're probably okay going that route. The second option is you can switch zones. However, that will put you to the nearest spawn point. And the third option is go do something else, like go over to a nearby mission and come back, in which case someone may have caught that same enemy you needed again. Or you may even fight some nearby guys, just, for the heck of it. In this case, my option was basically that I decided to wait and talk to you guys, just so you can get an idea of what it's like. I was about to turn them into their turret mode, but as you can plainly see, they'll be in the patch of fire. That's what's supposed to be the downside of them being in turret mode. But if they're not going to actually move out of the fire anyways, is it really a downside? Yeah, so aside from the time it takes for them to come in and out, turret mode's usually better to go anyways. Alright, now I believe over here is where we got a mission a while back from an item. Let's go ahead and start clearing out some of these enemies so we can get to it without getting clobbered. Okay. Come on. Sometimes you get it charged up, but it doesn't actually charge correctly. It drives me nuts. Alright. So, that being said, these guys are, as you can see, demons. Sent by, guess who? Demon. So, one of those things. Let's go ahead and see what we can do, and if we can get over there, it's Rivalry for the Relics, the mission. So search, you're supposed to find the relic sale, and this is all you find instead. Now you have to search the cultist's body for clues. So, simple enough. The corpse of the cultist is at the right location for the sale, but you found out about, but it looks like his only payment was a painful death by some kind of magic spell. There's no sign of the stolen relic he was selling, but he drew a rough map on the ground in his own blood showing his assailant's escape route to the southeast. It's still fresh. You may still be able to catch the killer and recover the amulet. How convenient. The criminal decided at the last second to go ahead and give the heroes a tip. That was an interesting explosion from the box. Yeah. I really should just ignore these guys. They're not going to do anything anyways. Alright, now, let's go ahead and get up and zip around some more. Alright, so I believe we are getting near the end of this particular batch of missions, meaning the ones we've picked up. And we won't have much left after this. That'll be nice. I believe, off the top of my head, there's a mission that's actually in a jail area, going into the next, like the last part of the story arc and all that. And then we'll have also somewhere in here, a mission that I don't think we've actually picked up yet. I'm going to swing by where I think you pick it up. I think it's actually, there's the reporter over here that I believe normally gives it to you. So we'll try that. Also, I really should check and see if I ever did manage to successfully get that one escort mission done. I'm a little bit higher level now. I might be able to kill the enemies fast enough. Especially with some pets around, too. Yeah, see, she's got this mission. Medals of Dishonor. The cult of the Red Banner has been terrorizing the Chinatown district of Westside. Most feared of all are the two superpowered enforcers, twin brother and sister martial artists who call themselves Iron and Gold. I've heard stories about I've heard stories they get their powers from a pair of ancient magical blades called Swords of Blood. It won't be easy to defeat the villains. You'll need to confiscate those mystical weapons, too. Iron is located north of WCOC television station. Gold can be found northeast of the city jail. Alright, so I was right. That one still hadn't been done. Alright. Now, that one will have to wait until another video at least. Probably won't have time for that right away. Now, this, right between these buildings here, is where this dude shows up. So now, get these guys to come in. Take him down. I'm going to go up a bit for this. I know this is not likely to work, but I'm going to try it anyways. Okay. Fun fact. That thing in the air looks like a giant buoy. That's what happens when they're anchored in the air. The rest of that's normally underground, like it is on the one on the right. But if you're flying, then that's what's actually going to show up. I actually have to defeat these two here. Let's see what I can do about taking them down a bit. Definitely want to block that attack. That one hurts. Also, since you're flying, and it has enough distance on it to where it can potentially send you flying into other enemy groups. Just a little heads up. Alright. One of the bots nearly died. Not a problem. Still one. Oh, by the way, if they start doing that your soul will be mine thing, that means they're doing a lifesteal. And the counter to lifestealing is blocking, because they may do slight bit of damage, but all healing stops instantly from lifesteals on someone who's blocking. Keep in mind there is one normal enemy in the game that can block, and I believe at least one boss. So not really going to happen a lot for you. PvP is normally we'd see it, but on the other hand, what you are going to see is the opportunity to block people who are trying to use lifesteal to keep up. And I was right, I can tell already by my mini-map. Yep, I never did get this guy done. Alright, let's go here. This is the guy that we tried to do this mission, and he's a moron and gets himself killed. Yeah, that guy. Just fire a quick shot so these guys will go up and attack. So now, we have more guys to be distraction. Alright then. So that helps out quite a bit, really. Now, still have to wait for Mr. Slow as Molasses to get over here. That is a big resin over there. Probably just bigger enemies. Come on. But in the meantime, let's go ahead. Maybe run on over and pop a few rounds of these guys while I'm waiting around, being bored. Then these guys can start wiping everyone out. The other one went down there, huh? Go figure. Alright, well, still, we did well enough. Alright, now I believe there was an ambush here last time. So I'm going to wait until they get closer. Okay. Yes, I was right. So I'm trying to take a moment to fire shots at just about every enemy here so as to get their attention. So if I can get them to pay attention somewhere else, they won't be as much of a threat to this guy. Now really, you can do this if you just give it a try or two, or if you know that you're doing really well. If you even so much as have a decent build, it won't be a big deal. It's just, you know, the guy you're defending is not any good. Which is pretty much standard for any escort mission. Which is why players hate escort missions. because you can't really do anything about the fact that, well, I mean, sure, you could be the ultimate pilot in for some sort of space shooter at the carrier you're protecting just gets blown up because it sits there and looks stupid. That's the whole extent of what it'll do. Anyways, you get the idea. That's not an exact example, mind you. I just throwing that out there. I mean, it sounds like it could be, but no. I think I had to protect something else once in a game like that. Different kind of ship. I don't remember. No, there was a carrier, but that one actually defended itself. Oh, no. There was a mission where we had, like, massive energy beams flying. That's why it sounded familiar. Right. I'm rambling. Nothing new there. Well, in any case. Ah, man, it feels sometimes like it takes forever to get these missions done. That's okay. It's not actually that bad. But that's why I don't play the game very much, is because, I mean, if it's brand new, it's not such a bad deal, but if you've already done these missions a few times, they get dull pretty fast. Still, it can be fun. It really is. I'm not trying to say the game's all bad by any means. It's got a lot of good to it, too. I just wish people... I've seen games do better in the past. The main difference is that we've got better graphics. Well, what to frickin' do? I mean, who cares? Okay, you got better graphics in exchange for how much loss? The graphics are nice. Graphics improve immersion. This game doesn't even have that good of a graphics. I mean, look at it. This is nowhere near top level. It wasn't top level for its air. Oh, give me a break. Really? Nearly lost the mission because he went and picked a fight with the group that's completely out of what we're actually doing. You piece of... I hate this guy so much. Yeah, same to you. I need a heal. I need a heal or massive amounts of damage output. Which I have neither. The bots are too stupid to count. Besides, they're pets. They're not really designed to make up for everything. Alright, oh well, that's okay. Let's go back to this guy. Turn in some missions. Man, we were right at the end, too. That was the last fight before we would have won. The Atomic Amulet. Socrates just delivered a report from Primus about the theft. Looks like you uncovered the sale just in the nick of time, Zaragos. It makes me wonder, though, why all this trouble over this thing? Well, it's magic. It's probably got some sort of horrible power. Good work rounding up those 3 violent repeat offenders. Trust me, those lawbreakers won't see the light of day till I'm old enough to retire from this job, and I don't plan on leaving the MCPD for a long dang time. And the next mission. Let's stop a riot. Just got an urgent radio transmission from inside the prison. The guards are under siege by members of the Red Banner cult. As if we didn't have enough troubles with the maniacs, now we have the Red Banner inciting riots. Given the cooperation we've seen, and the reports of them freeing the rank and file members of other gangs, I'm pretty sure their goal is to free the gang leaders we just put in jail. Stop them, Zaragos. Alright. Here's the problem with this mission. If you do it now, it's actually not going to make a whole lot of sense plot-wise, because the truth is that it's not actually time for you to do it yet. Not joking. You're supposed to finish all the other missions out here first, then do that one, and then one last mission after that, and you'll be done with Westside. Aside from, an endless supply of random missions that you could do, I suppose. Alright. Let's turn in this thing, let him know that his truck's safe now, somewhat. Thanks for dealing with those Viper creeps. And there better not be a single scratch on the poor Grand Express, or Old Bird Jackson is going to march over there and unleash an entire can of kick butt. Yeah, right, just like he did the first time. Anyways. I suppose he could be humorous to some people. I just kind of find him annoying. Oh well. And for the next stage here. I can see it in your eyes, Aragos. Underneath that tough exterior, you're a big softy, and that's why you did all you could to help get Quan and Anton together. Don't worry, I won't say anything, but I bet your secret identity is movie flicks. Quick Q is full of chick flicks and romantic comedies. Admit it, Aragos. Got some issues there. Alright, I can't actually use any of these pieces of gear. They're no good for me. I could take the recognition, or I can go for the accessory. So, I don't think it matters. I'm going to go for the accessory in this case. Just open it up and see what we get. Substantial evidence. It's from before. Some toy crates. What's this? Huh? A special gift, the Toy Master has hidden presents and goodies for the heroes of the world. Some boxes contain action figure parts. Any hero who turns in full out get a special toys reward. Okay, sure, whatever. Looks like we have a few of these. Just open up these things and apparently get some random items. What does this do? Increases damage by 3%. I didn't say discard it, I said to put it in my inventory. Increases target's maximum health and power by 20%, 5% for 20 seconds. 15% for 10 seconds on health. Yeah, don't care. Oh, right, level 15 supply kit. Well, more healing patches. They're freebies anyways. War gear I'm not going to be able to use. And the level 20 supply kit. Come on. What's this? That is more junk. Can't use some circumstantial evidence. Or the mission is done for that. So, let's go ahead and do a quick sorting, and then I think we'll have to call this video as well. Yep. Oh, right, and let's grab this. Alright, secondary super stats. So presence was our primary, I believe, in this one. Although I can't remember for sure. Then we got ego. Yep. So, we already picked up ego. We got that, so now we need intelligence. It's the last one. Now we actually have all of these and can get full benefit from our super stats. Now, talents is another one. So, you want the ones to actually cross between the two. So we already got 2 of those. Looks like I'm guessing the third as well, so that's just how I usually go. Nope, don't. Academics, intelligence, and ego. So let's go ahead. Simple enough. Specializations. Now we have unlocked, at level 15, the next row. Or specifically when you spent 5 points, which will happen at level 15 at the earliest. I mean, technically you could not put them in, or you could respec later on or something. Critical heals, now increase the healing you do to that target by 1% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. So if you have a ton of critical healing, you could, and if you're doing heal over times, you could get that up to 9% extra if you cap this out. I don't particularly care for it. This one's kind of interesting to me. Secondary super stats provide you with an increased critical chance, so more likely to score a critical hit. That's not a 2.7% increase, that's additive in this case. Go away. Secondaries, they're just trying to give me random missions like crazy. I can't possibly keep up with them all. Secondary super stats now grant defense. Yes, defense can be useful in its own right. And this one, your paralyzed and sleep effects now decrease the target's resistances, so they take more damage. But since those break pretty fast, it's going to be pretty short-lived. I can get extra offense, extra defense, critical hit, hold strength. I'm not going to use holds. I'll be honest, I'm not going to use holds. Offense is okay. Defense is okay. Critical hits, pretty good as well. So I think I'm going to go with the crits plus either defense or offense, and I guess in reality I'm going to end up probably using the best defense as one of my powers later on, which will add my defense to my offense anyways, so I think I'll go with that way. But for now, let's go with some critical hit chances. Now I can actually get a benefit from it. And my ego is also going to help with critical hits a little bit too, so. At least it used to. I don't know if it still does. Let me check that real quick. It changed so much of it. No, it doesn't anymore. Dexterity still has critical chance, but ego does not increase critical damage or severity anymore. That's okay. Ranks and advantages. Alright, so now we have enough to rank something up, and gee, what have I been talking about ranking up? Yeah, munitions bots. Totally. Alright, so, remember, they were 1-0. So we had the purple and orange extra color. We got teal, I believe, for T, and R's red. So, I'll go ahead. And let's do a quick movement here, just to get to where you can actually see something. There's enemies on the rooftops. That doesn't help me right now. Here we go. This looks clear enough. So here we go. They have a little bit more of a lithe look. I'm spacing the pronunciation. Oh well. But anyways, a little bit thinner, a little more agile that way. Got that sort of light blue color. That's the teal that was being talked about. And if we jump on over to the red one, resummon. Sort of a lighter gray, almost white, with more of the red look. So I think I'll go with that one for now. So now we have slightly better ones. Unfortunately, this part never changes. Alright, I'll see you on another video. Have fun out there.